Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to a new episode of Metal Fukumi Otaku Talk Show. So, as always, I'm going to start with talking about my own sites and my own coffee, where I'm trying to cover otaku culture, which means niche anime, niche games, Japanese indie games. And I'm trying to write articles mainly in English, but I try to make articles in Japanese from time to time. And I write about politics, I write about niche anime you haven't heard about. I write about series, some of my favorite series such as Story of Seasons and Rune Factory, the East series and Falcom games, Pat Labor, Heaven Burns Red and Key Stuff and Pretty series and anime for kids, Josei Muke, etc. So yeah, and I try to do some summaries and live stream translations from time to time, most notably of Heaven Burns Red. I try to every 2 weeks live tweets out the live stream, and then I try to write some impressions on my coffee. So for $5 a month, you get to read my impressions on some anime and some manga, and then for $10 a month, you get to read some special translations and summaries of live streams, etc. And most notably, a few weeks ago, I did a summary of the Tales of Series 30th anniversary live stream. So if you're interested, if you like the Tales of series, if you like Bandai Namco, if you like Tales of stuff, you should check it out. So yeah, if you subscribe to the coffee, you can read this kind of stuff. And I try like at least once every 2-3 weeks, maybe once a month, maybe more. Like I don't have a set schedule because it takes a lot of time to translate stuff like this. But like maybe at least once a month, I try to publish something like this. So yeah, if you wanna try to help me out, if you want some more diversity in games media, and if you want some more translations and some interview translations and stuff, you can check out the coffee and try to subscribe if you're rich. Thanks. So, and the other thing is, even if you don't subscribe on the coffee, you can help me out by sharing the videos, sharing the articles with your friends, and subscribing on the YouTube, following the YouTube, subscribing to the YouTube, commenting, etc. So yeah, really helps out with the algorithm and stuff. And last but not least, I also need to thank the people who actually subscribed and who are giving me some like motivation to keep doing these articles every month. So yeah, thanks. Just let's get it on now. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is upcoming ADV visual novel, ADV in Japanese, text-based adventure game, ADV called Iris Odyssey. So the official description is: in the heart of Shibuya, an orphan girl searching for a family and a magical crime investigator are brought together by fate. The journey will challenge them and spark a battle against inimitable forces. A modern fantasy adventure begins. So to be honest, I forgot how I heard about this game in the first place, but I know I wanted to talk about it for a long time, so I forgot where I heard about it. I guess someone I follow on Twitter is working on it, maybe. Or maybe it's Waku Waku Games who retweeted about it at some point. Waku Waku Games who advertise a lot of Japanese indie games and publish their own indie games as well. But this is not published by Waku Waku Games, it is by Ice Need, which is a brand new studio. So yeah, it's a Yuri like visual novel that's coming out on May 28th, 2026. I'm talking about it now because they announced the release date is a few days ago. But like I've been following the game on Twitter for over a year and I forgot how I first heard about it. So yeah, I have some screenshots here. So yeah, you can see it's Yuri themed. It's for all age, but it's like Yuri themed. And like it's some pretty cool version of Shibuya with some magic and some investigations and stuff. Yeah, it's a text-based game. And so yeah, and Iris Odyssey? Iris Odyssey is a classic text adventure game. This is what I just read. Sorry. Yeah, Iris and Fuka come from completely different worlds, yet as their journey together through the realm of magic, their bond deepens into unexpected and helpful ways, experience the evolution of a dynamic and intimate relationship, Fuka, an orphan girl living in Shibuya, is searching for only family member, her missing brother Mitsuba. Along her journey, she awakens to her hidden magical powers. Meanwhile, Iris, a seasoned magic investigator, is pursuing a criminal organization of rogue sorcerers known as the Sky Seekers. Her investigation leads her to take an interest in this brother and sister duo who appears to be connected to the group. As Fuka and Iris grow closer, they come to share a bond like family, with this bond being enough to shatter the conspiracy that awaits them. Join Fuka and Iris in a modern fantasy adventure filled with destiny, intrigue, and magic in the opening chapter of Iris Odyssey. So yeah, it's saying opening chapter because the beginning of the game was already released as a demo a few months ago. I think chapter 1 and chapter 2 were released as well, and now the rest of the game, the full game, is going to be released on this May. So yeah, like since 2025 August, there have been some updates on Steam, but the game is even older than that. And I think I've been following it on Twitter from even before that, but like I completely forgot how I first heard about this game. So yeah, chapter 1 and chapter 2 demo is out as well. And then in May, the full version of the game is going to be released. So there's an official site as well. There's a first trailer that they showed a few like months ago, like it was back in September 2025. There was a first trailer, and I think you probably already seen this trailer. I'm gonna show it later. And then there's this new release trailer that was released just a few days ago. So I wanted to show you this especially. Yeah, I was looking for a detective magic
まさかアイリスが女の子を引き取るなんて。俺は俺の意志でここにいる。あなたが死んだら意味ないのよ。渋谷に帰ろう。私たちの町へ。イースニット国副大使巡礼監察官のアイリスです。生まれのことで人に哀れまれるつもりはないわ。肌を焼くようなシャツが目を焦がすような光だな。ねえ、アイリスさんは信じてもいいですか？アイリス・オデッセイ、パンドラの少女。
Iris Odyssey, Pandora no Shoujo, and wished is the game to help them out. And so yeah, and first off, I wanted to mention how like it's Iceneed, it's their first game. It's a studio that was made for this game. It's their first game, but like it looks really like there's a lot of CGs. Like just in the trailer there's a lot of CGs, so you can tell it's pretty. It's not like it's high budget, like it's not Mahotsukai no Yuri obviously, but like you can tell like they're trying to do some screenplay, they're trying to do like even if it's an ADV, they're trying to do stuff that people like nowadays, because a lot of people nowadays like they want a lot of CGs, like they want some like screenplay, some enjutsu, etc. They don't like stills where nothing moves. So this is the first thing I want to point out. And then they revealed the seiyuu, you can hear speaking them in the trailer. So Iris, which is the magic detective, she's voiced by Konomi Kohara. So to be honest, I don't really know most of the seiyuu on the game. To be honest, like I just know them for Genshin. I guess I heard her rapidly in Genshin, but like I'm not really familiar. And in Nobeta as well, I played this game as well, Little Witch Nobeta. So I know her from this, but to be honest, as I always say, I barely watched any anime since 2016. Like I watch anime, but like I don't watch seasonally anymore. So there's a lot of newer seiyuu like this. I never really heard about them, so I'm not familiar with her at all. So yeah, she was apparently in ReZero, I guess. I guess most people know her for ReZero and for Fujiwara Chika Kaguya-sama, very popular anime. I never watched it. I'm not really interested. I like rom-com a lot, but for some reason I've never been interested in this. Maybe it's because it's too popular, so I want to be a niche person, so I end up not watching it. Takopi, I read the manga, I didn't watch the anime because I didn't like the manga much. So yeah, Kakko no Inazuki, I really like it, but I never watched all the anime. I need to read the manga until the end. I think it ended, or it's about to end, I think. It's a pretty good manga, Kakko no Inazuki. Pretty good rom-com. Seishun Butayaru as well. It's a kind of rom-com post-2010, 2020 rom-com that's very popular, but I never really got into it, so I don't really know how it is. But yeah, she is the most popular seiyuu in the cast, I feel like. And then you have got the heroine, Fuka Nishizono, who is looking for a brother. She's voiced by Konomi Inagaki. She's a typo. It's Inagaki, it's not Inagakai. I double check in Japanese. So yeah, I'm not very familiar with her either. Like, I don't think I know any of the roles listed here. And I guess I heard her voice as Yahoda in Genshin a little bit. Yahoda is pretty funny. She's one of the few Nodokai cross-build characters in Genshin, actually, like, kinda personality-wise at least, because character design-wise, I don't really like any other characters. I already talked about this in some past articles. But anyway, she's in Medalist. I still haven't watched or read this, but apparently it's pretty good. And she's in like, I don't really know any of these roles, to be honest. So she's in Dandadan, I guess. So I guess like mainstream people who only watch like Shonen Jump adaptations and stuff, they do know her voice a little bit. She was the robot wife in Boku no Tsuma Konzogana. It's a pretty good rom-com as well. But I never watched the anime, but I read the manga, and it's a pretty good manga as well. So yeah, she's in Singularity as well. Singularity is sadly the game is pretty lacking from what I've heard, so I never got to check it out. But yeah, so yeah, middle schooler Frenchman who's looking for a disappeared brother. Two of them are brought up together in the Millhouse orphanage, but eventually she ends up living with Iris. So yeah, basically Iris, this is my understanding of the game. Like, Iris is like the protagonist, and you've got Fuka as the heroine, right? So yeah, it's a Yuri themed game. And then you've got another character called Sakuya Kasasa, who is voiced by Nemoto Miyari. And she's another seiyuu I don't really know about. Like, she hasn't done that much roles. She's pretty new. She's in Aoni production. She's in Bluaka. I don't play Bluaka, so I don't really know. And yeah, she's in a few shows in 2026. In 2025, she was Ruri in this show. This was kind of popular. I didn't watch it, but this was kind of popular. I never read the manga either. The minerals, the cute girls doing mineralogy anime, right? So, and she was also Sazanka in Kunoichi Tsubaki no Mune no Uchi. I haven't watched the anime, but I read the manga. It's another pretty good comedy. So yeah, she was in some of the Pokemon Evolutions shorts. Yeah, that's it. And then you have the last character, which is Fuka's brother, the one we're looking for. And it's voiced by Okamoto Ayaka, who is another pretty new seiyuu. She only did few roles, I think. That's her. She only did a few roles in the past. And it doesn't list everything, so even if there's only one role here, she did some other things as well. It's not a fully comprehensive list of roles. But anyway, so yeah, this is one of the games I'm looking forward to the most in 2026. But to be honest, as I always say, when it comes to newer release, especially when it comes to ADV like this, because I have such a big backlog and I want to prioritize games I never could play as a kid. So when it comes to new Garge, new Bishoujo, new Yuri, new visual novels in general, I tend to spend my time on some of the older ones I always wanted to play as a kid, but I couldn't. So when it comes to new releases like this, usually unless I end up getting a gig to review it or something, I don't really play them at release. So I don't know when I will get to play this, but like, I'm definitely really interested in it. And yeah, it's like I said, SNEED is a brand new studio, but like, there's a lot of, it seems pretty high production value without being super high either. But like, for this kind of first game, for first studio, a newly established studio on first game, Like there's a lot of CG and the illustrations are really cool as well. And I double checked the staff and I don't think there's anyone I know in the staff, so I'm not gonna act like a specialist and talk about it because I don't think there's anyone I know. Just like the seiyuu, like she's only people I don't really heard about before. But even so, like I'm pretty excited for the game. And I just wish I remembered how I heard about it in the first place, because yeah, I've been following it on Twitter for like over a year, but I forgot how I first heard about it. And so yeah, you've got some fight scenes as well, because there's some magic and some, like, it's urban and magic mixed together, so very in a way it's the kind of setting that is very used in anime and visual novels. But at the same time, like, there's always new ways to do this kind of setting, so even if it's a setting that's used a lot, like, I'm still expecting a lot of new things, if that makes sense. I didn't play the demo, by the way, but I'm not gonna play the demo because since the full game is going to get released anyway, and we'll see if I manage to get some kind of review opportunity or something. Maybe I'll play it at release, or if not, I'll probably wait a few weeks, a few months before I get to play it. But yeah, like, should definitely check it out, and should definitely wishlist the game to support the developers, and you should also try to follow the developers on Twitter as well, because they've been regularly advertising the game. They participated in some small events in Japan as well. I think it was, what was the event as well? I forgot. But they've been at several events in Japan to promote the game, to show off the demo, so people could try out the demo, etc. And they're trying to do a lot of smaller projects to promote the game. Most probably they're doing an ASMR project as well, and they're selling they're going to sell an ASMR audio drama on DL site. And this is also something that pretty much every game they do this nowadays, some ASMR audio dramas and stuff like. So it's pretty classic advertising, in my opinion, nowadays. So yeah, you should follow their Twitter as well. I don't think they have a Blue Sky. I didn't check, but I don't think they have a Blue Sky. They're only on Twitter. So yeah, you should check it out as well if you can, if you want. Oh yeah, and the last thing I forgot to mention is the game is going to be in English, by the way. It's going to be released in Japanese because it's a Japanese studio, and in Chinese because, like I always say, the Chinese market right now is the biggest market when it comes to visual novels and ADV games. So like, like Chinese over English, like, is a priority for visual novel developers nowadays, because the Chinese market is much bigger than English, actually. So it's going to be localized in Chinese as well, and then in English. So yeah, and I just hope, as always, sadly, a lot of games nowadays, they release with sadly machine translated translations. So I just hope that the translation will be made by humans and not machine translated, and it's going to be good. And judging from the trailers, all the translated trailers, the final products thankfully should be fine. Like, this shouldn't be worrying. Like, if you check out these kind of trailers, like, the translation is fine. Obviously, I'm not a pro translator myself, so my point of view, like, is not a professional's point of view. But from what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, like, the translation is fine. So hopefully the full game's translation will be fine as well. So that's the one last thing I wanted to mention. So yeah, Iris Odyssey, the subtitle is different, by the way, in English and in Japanese. In what was it in Japanese again? It was Shoujo Nantoka Nantoka. Pandora no Shoujo. In Japanese, it's Pandora no Shoujo. And Pandora, I guess, I don't know what kind of mythology. Hephaestus, I guess this is Hephaestus ring. I guess this is linked together with Pandora, with the Pandora's box mythology. I guess it has some kind of link, but I'm not very knowledgeable about this kind of stuff. But anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Yeah, remember to like and subscribe. It helps me out with the algorithm. And remember to wishlist Iris Odyssey on Steam as well. They haven't announced any other platforms as far as I remember, right? It's only on Steam for now. So, but usually games like this, they tend to release them on Steam, on PC, Steam first nowadays, and then they tend to release them on Switch, especially. So yeah, you've got the ASMR project I mentioned, which is going to launch together with the game, and you've got some acrylic stands as well, merch that is going to be released sometime soon. 近いうちに発売. So, and they're planning some apparel, some like more merch, etc. Some more merch is going to sell at some point. But for now, it's only two things are announced. So yeah, that's all for this video on Iris Odyssey. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Bye.